Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you another video. All right, so my headache has subsided. I feel much better than I did when I made my last video, and now I want to talk to you all about some crypto stuff. Nothing that I know anything about, but just something that I'm observing and can speak freely about. Um, in terms of you know, not knowing what I'm talking about and letting you guys know that ahead of time. So hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, but nevertheless, this is about Terra Luna, also known as Terror Luna. That thing dropped about close to 100% today, and it was the worst crypto event in the history of crypto. I've seen ridiculous drops before, but nothing like this is a stable coin. And if you guys follow me, you know I got introduced to stable coins on some weird stuff. Because I had bought a stable coin and it shot to the moon, and I didn't realize what a stable coin was at the time, so I didn't sell out of it in time, and then it dropped back down and I lost all the gains. But nevertheless, well, I saved some of the gains, but it wasn't nearly what it should have been. The point is, that's when I realized what a stable coin actually was. Terra Luna is not a stable coin, but it's like the parent of the stable coin. Like, the stable coin is powered by Terra Luna. Some things went wrong today. Some rumors are going around that it's Citadel who did it. I don't know if any of that is the case, obviously, but looking at how things are going, I woke up this morning doing an apes rant, talking about how we're going up against entities that need to secure massive amounts of money, and the things that we know were coming are things that are coming to pass right now. And this is one of those situations where it's almost unreal. You're looking at all this happen. It's like, wow, we talked about this, and not on my channel, but I'm just saying things that I've read when I was first getting started and understanding what AMC was about. We talked about, how various events would take place leading up to the grand event, and crypto being forcefully tanked was one of them. Securing liquidity in many different forms, and this is definitely one way to do it. So I don't know if Citadel is behind this or not, but given the fact that how much money is disappearing into thin air, and what it is that is going on with Citadel, I would imagine it would be wise for them to try to figure out a way to get that kind of money right away. So, being that they have the power to pretty much do that, yeah, the math looks a certain way. I will say that the math looks a certain way. The rumors are spreading. They've denied it. I'm just a guy. I don't know what's going on. But what I can say is, I bought some Luna at $1, and I wish I didn't. It was a mistake. What could I say? It was not the smartest thing I should ever did. I should have never did that. Well, I don't know that I shouldn't have did that, but what I can say is it's down a great deal from where it was when I purchased it. I purchased it, like I said, at $1. I think it was like $1, average $1.18 or something like that. And it's now at like 28 cents. So I should have trusted that wasn't the bottom. I should have been smart, but it looked like it was stabling out at the time for a couple hours. I figured this can't go no lower. It's already dropped from $99 or $100 and something last week to where it was today at $1. So I'm like, it can't. How much further can it go? Let me throw some speculative money at it. And that's just not how you handle things. You have to wait until things stable out to know what it is that you're dealing with. And then, of course, here we are. So, Terror Luna is what that thing actually was. It wiped out a lot of people's savings. It wiped out a lot of people's important money. See, that's what's so wicked about an event such as this. They did this into a stable coin. Whoever they are, whatever happened, I'm just saying, this took place with a stable coin. And the stable coin is meant for you to put money in play, put money somewhere stable. It's your savings account. It's not where you go to put your speculative crypto. It's not where I'm buying my doggle on Mars and buying my Shiba. No, this is where I put my money for my kids' college tuition. Um, you know, retirement money, health money that's saved to buy this and that for the loved one who needs it. Like that's that money that was dropped into, just evaporated into thin air, and the speed in which it took place. You're talking about 99% drops, 97% drops in a matter of an hour. Like, and then I see the word terror. I don't know, man. I don't know. I look at the world a certain way, so when I see certain things, I don't think it's coincidence. I think by nature human beings use symbolism. I think by nature people leave breadcrumbs and patterns. I think by nature people tend to just be corny. For example, the Celtics can't help but draft a dude named Green when he comes around. The Browns can't help but draft a guy named Brown when he comes around. These are the type of things that human beings just tend to do, whether they have a lot of power and money or just the guy down the street at the liquor store. Literally, human beings always just tend to show their DNA one way or another. And in this particular thing, when I look at the name Terra Luna, I say, could somebody have really been that damn corny and have actually thought to do all of this and say this is going to be something that is going to provide a lot of terror? So what are we going to call it? We're going to call it Terra Luna. Before the moon, there will be terror. Like, these are the type of things that I'd imagine real corny, evil human beings who embezzle trillions of dollars out of the world. This is how they probably operate. Because they're bold, right? They have to do it in such a way that isn't subtle. They want one another to know that they are doing this grand, terrific thing. So the rest of us aren't going to see the symbolism behind it, but really it's Terror Luna. See, I look at all of the different things out there, the symbolism of various things that I've seen in the past that have alluded or hinted at its actual nature. Even if it wasn't intended to do that, for whatever reason, the universe will leave that there for me to see. Or I'm just crazy. Probably a little bit of both. But either way, some things are not to be ignored. And I think Terra Luna, I do feel in my heart that was done rather than occurred. I feel it. And just my own vibes to the world, just my own little intuition. But that felt like that was done to people. They attacked savings money from retail investors who likely own AMC and GME shares. Individuals who will need to sell shares to secure money that was lost in a situation like this. I know that's what they're doing, man. It may not be that simple. It's probably a lot of dualities, a lot of different things that get checked off, but it really does probably come down to this, amongst other things. They need us, apes, all 10 million of us, to sell our synthetic shares and our real shares, because at the end of the day, if we don't bail them out of this, the losses that Luna holders occurred today were very small hair fracture of the type of breaks that their finances are going to take. And when I say breaks, I'm not talking about like relaxation. I'm talking about bones breaking. When I say hairline, I'm talking about fractures. That's what's going to happen to their finances. Breaks, actual breaks, as opposed to the fracture in comparison for what everyone lost today, which is probably everything. They're going to lose significantly more. So what are they doing? They're securing what they need to secure so they can invest that money to have it balloon to be what it needs to be to pay off this event. I'm telling you, I don't know this to be the case. But everything that we've been talking about for the last 2 years, it's coming to pass. And this is part of it. That's what I'm telling you. And I'm sure most of you, who, if you're apes, you already know that too. You know it like I know it. There's 10 million people who know this. But it's probably the rest who don't know this. The rest of the world, they don't know what's happening. They're scared. They're lost. They don't realize that there is an entity in place that was holding everything together, that it set everything up so that it could take everything from them. And the only way to actually fix the process of all of this is to destroy them, which is holding up the foundation of everything. It's really messed up, man. It's really messed up. No one's preparing the world for this. No one is telling them this is going to happen. They're going to blame the apes for everything. They're going to tell the world that we were the problem, when really we were the solution to the problem that they were. Not caused, but are, simply by operating the way that they are. It wasn't a choice for them to be this way. They were whales, it seems. They couldn't help but eat and eat and eat and eat, and had gone long out of control long before this event took place. They were well out of control. And as the universe does, there's a response to that. And the apes are that. And of course, they're in control of the media. They're in control of just about everything around us. So what you hear about the apes, it's going to be lies. But the apes are the people who are here to save us from more Luna attacks. Simple as that. We are here to stop those who do stuff like this from doing it again and again and again and again. And you understand that they will never stop doing this. Never. Terror, Luna, something that dropped 90% in a matter of an hour. That's a psychological play. We've been watching psychological plays in our play for the last year and a half. So we know exactly what it looks like when we see one. It's the same people that's been kicking our ass for the last year and a half. It's the same people who kicked yours today, ladies and gentlemen. Probably using similar methods. Yeah. Time will be revealed. You'll see it all. It'll all come out. It'll all come out. Just like every coin they're taking will all come out of them. This isn't something that I'm happy to be aware of, to be honest with you, because it causes you a great deal of stress trying to be a part of this thing from this level. But when you understand that they're going to continue to drive generation after generation after generation into poverty, guising it as freedom, when it's really, you never had a chance to begin with. Nah, that has to stop. At some point in time, we have to realize that they've just found another way to control everyone. In the past, maybe they called it slavery or what have you, but now they've just found a really shiny way of keeping us all occupied while they continue to siphon from us what they ultimately should be allowing us to invest for ourselves. This was a psychological attack on the minds of retail investors. That's what Terror Luna was. If you ask me, some random dude, if you want to know what your best defense is against this, it's some stupid little meme stocks that everybody tells you should pay no attention to. That is actually your best weapon against the people who did this. Maybe, if they actually did this, because I really don't know. Even though it's pretty much almost like everything that we've been saying for the last year coming to pass. So, I don't know, man. I really don't. But what I can say is the answers, they have been out there for a while now. All of this stuff is connected. And at the end of the day, they need to secure trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars to pay off the debt that they've created with what it is that they've been doing with these stocks. Debt that otherwise would not have been created if the apes wouldn't have came along. It's that simple. We did cause this because we stopped them. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be the history. That's the truth. I don't know what the storybooks are going to tell, because a lot of times history doesn't get told by those who do the most good. Sometimes it's just those who are ultimately able to control how it's told. But videos like these will be floating in the cloud somewhere. We never intended to do anything other than provide our generations to come justice for what is being planned against them now. People who want to do God knows what with today's money in hopes of controlling tomorrow's people. See, they don't care what happens to us, because we're going to be dead by the time the plans that they have in place are meant to exist. So they can run us into the ground, use us as consumers, fill us with bullcrap, and let us go into the shining light, whatever it's going to be. Because what they got going on is going to outlast and outlive us. But we have to stop them. We can't be so quick to react to these psychological moves that they make. Now, that doesn't mean you don't do your due diligence and sell what you need to sell in your situations. I'm not telling you to sit there and drown financially. That is not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the origin of what it is that's happening here stems from human greed, actual human beings who are deliberately thinking up ways to do this to you. However it looks, however it traces back, just remember that this large bill that they are going to have to pay has to be paid for somehow. So however they get that money, just remember it has to be a whole lot more of it than you've ever seen. That's how much they need to be able to secure just to pay this off. That's it. Sometimes you don't need to know the how. You just need to know what is needed, and that someone needs to go get it. Then they're going to go get it, and all the stuff that comes with going to get it. That is what's happening here. It's what's been happening the whole time. See, they thought we were going to sell because they were doing Terra Luna crap to us for a year and a half. They thought we were going to shake off. But see, what we did was when we saw the terror, we applied the faith. See what I'm saying? We bought the dip. And when it dipped some more, we bought that too. When we dipped some more, bought that too. And when it recovered, we saved our shares. We didn't sell for profit. We didn't get excited. We didn't even react. We treated the green days just like we treated the red days. Why? Because we know the destination we're trying to get to, and we know why we're here. It ain't just to make money. It's to stop people from doing terror, Luna type stuff to retail, to fund whatever the hell. That's what it's been about, man. This is what it's always going to be about. Until entities such as whoever, whatever, no one wants to be sued, but entities that do such things can be held accountable, because we know there's no government powerful enough on our planet to handle them. It would have to be a spontaneous event by happenstance, such as this, that would hold them true, that would make them accountable for what it is that they do. An act of God, so to speak, if you to believe in such a thing. But even if you don't, it's an act just the same, because this is happening. Look around, people. What happens with inflation and rate raising and all of these different things? Where does the money go when billion or whatever it was that was wrapped up in Luna. All kinds of money that people have. It just disappears. Where did it go? You could say, well, some people sold and they got their profits. Everybody sold. Whoever sold first got the best. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds like that makes sense. But when that much money gets extracted from one place at one time, there are other things that are affected around that. It ain't just that money that's being extracted. As we see with the market, this Terra Luna thing is bringing down the entire crypto market. It's because the stability of other things is affected. And that's what I was talking about in my Apes Rant video this morning. That's what I am aware of, that this event, it's going to obliterate stuff like Terra Luna. Things will be obliterated overnight. This is something that you should get used to, people. What you saw with that crypto is what you're going to see with banks, brokerages, probably fast food restaurants, anything that has corrupted finances in it, money that has been taken by these hedge funds, wrapped up in this stock, which is literally probably like half of the world's economy, quite literally. Then, you can imagine what type of residual effects will take place for the world's businesses and various things that we purchase. You think inflation's bad? Can you even imagine what happens when this squeeze occurs? If you know what's out there and you understand the possibilities, then you realize that I'm not exaggerating when I say half of the world's economy. I'm not exaggerating at all. This is a very terrifying time that we're living in. But the beautiful thing about it is, when this event occurs, what this effectively does is extract that money from them and put it in the hands of these 10 million people. And what we are is you. We're not the 1%ers. We're your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your cousins. And if we can figure out a way to effectively continue to build one another up, we're going to be so much stronger than we've ever been. And we're not necessarily going to need some of these entities that are going to be disappearing that we've relied upon overnight. But we're going to have to figure it out. And we're not being prepared for that, which is why this is about to be very devastating, in my opinion. It's going to be a very long time before we recover. And it's going to be a lot of hurt for a long time because no one sees this coming. And not enough people are involved in it to benefit from it. It's not going to be enough millionaires and billionaires from this AMC thing because everybody still thinks it's a game. Everybody still thinks that we are just idiots that can't seem to figure out something isn't working. But the reality is, these are the portals from which all of the funds that have been extracted are going to come through. That's the reality of it. These aren't shares. These are pocket portals of money, literally funnels, little holes in their treasury, basically. Each one of those represent a little hole in their treasury. So you have to understand that as you hold it. Don't let the price of it fool you. They're in control of what you see. You think they're going to show you the real price? I'm surprised it doesn't say a penny. Because if that was my money, you wouldn't even be able to buy none of it. I don't know how they're even allowing us to do all of this if they have the control they think they have. Obviously, something's awry. They have some enemies that are working on our favor, to say the least. Because there should be no reason this thing even is purchasable. But I digress from that. The point is, they can't seem to get out of their own way. We're in their way, and our intentions are pure. Our generation is going to suffer for it, unfortunately. We're going to go through another Great Depression, probably worse than the first one. Probably, honestly. But our kids, our great-grandkids, our great-great-grandkids, our great-great-grandkids will not have their money siphoned out of them by entities that look to do nothing at all but continue that process over and over again to no end, funding God knows what in space 100 years from now. Think about it. No one is this ambitious about getting this amount of money for anything going on in this time. Hell no. They're talking about doing stuff that's going on well beyond right now. They're trying to fund stuff that we are not going to be a part of. They're going to destroy our great grandkids with this crap, whatever it is. And that's just me talking. I don't know nothing. But if I let my mind go too far, I'm pretty sure I could take this into some Terminator 2 stuff. It can get really wacky in my head. But the point is, when someone is taking this much money, you know they don't have any good intentions with it. That's the bottom line. Let somebody smarter than me tell you what the truth is. But that's what I'm aware of. The details, rather. But that's what I'm aware of. So that's all I'm really going to say, man. Those who were affected by Terra Luna, I don't even have the words, man. I hold for you. That's the point. It's not about, oh, I'm praying for you. I'm sitting here in a situation where I could be living much better. And I'm not, because I'm fighting the people who did this to you. That's what I have for you. I was fighting them before they did this to you. And I will be fighting them until one of us is gone. And the best way I could fight is with my voice and holding my shares. That's all I got. I'm not a person that's gonna move mountains or do violence or stupid crap like that's not my body. I use my mouth. I speak. I'm honest. I use my gifts with words. I use the honor that I have from my mother, who told me to stand for something, with the life that she gave me, that she suffered giving life to me. You think I'm gonna waste that? I don't know how the rest of y'all feel about your lives, but I'm not here to just make myself happy. I'm here to make a difference in some way, and I've failed to do so thus far. This, I guess, is my way. And I'm going to do that. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to live with that. It holds value because it's documented. But the point is something needs to change, because these Luna-like attacks, they've been going on for a while now. They just weren't this demonstrative because they didn't need to be necessarily. But when they're trying to scare you, yeah, they do stuff like this. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.